This week on Predator Pursuit, we're in eastern Colorado chasing coyotes, and I'm hunting with my cousin Bubba, who just got back from Afghanistan.
And I've been waiting 6 months to get after some coyotes.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff Thomason and welcome to this week's episode of Predator Pursuit. This week we've got a really special show for you. We're headed to eastern Colorado chasing coyotes, and I'm bringing along my cousin Bubba, who's been deployed for the last 6 months over in Afghanistan, doing a little hunting of his own. All right, I just wanted to take a little extra time and brag on my cousin Bubba a little bit, because he's not the kind of guy that's ever going to come out and tell you what all he accomplished while he was deployed, but he was deployed 3 different times to Afghanistan and Iraq. He spent over 17 months deployed, and he coordinated over 7,000 pounds of bombs being dropped on the enemy. Sergeant Ellis' expertise in airspace management provided a fluid, 3-dimensional dynamic battle space that allowed full combat support through multiple organic and inorganic assets and platforms to mass fires and effects against the enemy for over 90 missions. Not only that, but he was also awarded the Bronze Star, which is one of the highest awards you can receive in the military. I'm super proud of him, and he is a great example of a real American patriot. Now, I had been in contact with Bubba the whole time he was in Afghanistan. We were emailing back and forth and talking about how ready he was to get home and call coyotes. And as soon as he made it back, we loaded up. We had checked the weather forecast, and we knew we were going to have a day or two of bad weather, but there was no way I was going to let the weather keep us from hunting. Well, we had about a 12-hour drive to get to Colorado the day before, and we got up before daylight the next morning, and we only had about a 30-mile drive to get where we were going to be hunting. It's already a little windy this morning. First stand here in Colorado. We got a storm coming in. They're talking we may get a little snow, which will be good, but man, it's bringing wind with it, so we're just going to ride it out this morning and see what we can get done in this wind. And but the next couple days should be good. Well, as you can tell, it got really windy. We stuck it out, we made a few stands, but the coyotes just weren't cooperating. Okay guys, first day here in Colorado, and just wanted to take a minute and talk to you a little bit about what we're doing. I want to talk to you about using your time wisely. We're out here on this hunt. We got in a few stands this morning and the wind's just picked up. It's blowing 35, 40 miles an hour, but Instead of us loading up and going back to the hotel, taking a nap, we're out here, we're scouting, we're looking for good setups, and I pulled out the GPS, we're driving these roads, and every time we find a good spot, mark it on the GPS. We get out here in the morning, we'll be able to come right to these spots. We're not gonna be out driving around and messing stuff up. So instead of going in and just calling it a day, use your time wisely, get out here, do some scouting. It's gonna pay off.
Predator Pursuit is presented by nighthuntingdepot.com, your one-stop shop for all your night hunting needs.
Now this stand says a whole lot about sneaking into an area and getting set up as quiet as possible. We got set down, turned on the call, and it wasn't 20 seconds when we had this coyote blow in on us. It caught us all off guard. Tell you can't have one show up any quicker than that. We got set up here and we had Pat and Bubba up on the hill, and me and Richard sat down here with a shotgun, and we can see for 2 or 3 miles. So I mean, we're expecting one to come from way off down there. And I turned the call on, got leaned back, and it wasn't 20 seconds. I looked up and this coyote was right here just circling 50 yards in front of us. He circled just around the decoy, probably 65 yards, just a little bit too far for me. So I smooshed a few times for Bubba and he stopped. And every time he stopped, I think he was behind these yuccas. And he didn't get real spooked, but he finally circled around and got out here on this other hillside. And Bubba made a great shot. I don't know, he's probably 200 yards or so from Bubba. He just, boom, he put him down right now. There he is.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Pick it up, man. That's your first one. First Colorado coyote anyway. That'll do, man. Not a bad dog.
Yeah.
You made a good shot.
Well, I didn't know if she's gonna stop or not, but I'm glad she did.
I'm glad she did too, man. That put her straight down.
Let's go get another one.
Let's do it. Well, we had started the day off good. We had a coyote on the ground, but you just never know what's gonna happen when you're filming these predator hunts. It seemed like we were calling coyotes in on every stand, but we were just having a hard time making it work for the camera. Real nice, big male coyote. We had them coming from upwind, downwind, left, right, multiple coyotes coming in, just everything you can think of to make it go wrong. We were calling coyotes in and we were getting them killed, just not always on camera. Well, this setup is an area that I know really well. This is an area we do a lot of deer hunting and guiding in, and it seems like every morning when we're there looking for deer, the coyotes are out in this farm country mousing around and doing some hunting, and every morning they ease off into these sage flats to go bed up for the day. So we decided we were going to sneak into the sage, try to get in their bedroom, and see if we could make it happen. Man, that was awesome. We've been calling like 11, 12 minutes. And Richard spotted a coyote coming over the hill back here. And he worked all the way in. He circled upwind instead of circling downwind. That was a mistake. I rolled him up at probably 25, 30 yards on the run. How about that?
That's how it's supposed to work, cuz.
That worked, man. 3 days we've been waiting on that to happen. 3 days.
Man, it happened good too.
It is perfect. Richard spotted him, man, like 200 yards, 300 yards coming over that hill. He did just like he was supposed to. He was working around that decoy. As soon as he got behind it, man, he made one move at it like he was coming. I was like, oh, I'm gonna let him come, and then he changed his mind, and I let him get all the way around here. But if I'd have let him get any further, he'd have been around Richard where we couldn't shoot him. But that's perfect, man. 25, 30 yards. Hornady number 4 buck.
That'll do it, man.
Smoked him. Let's go pick him up. Didn't move a bit. Well, that is a pretty dog.
Man, it's pretty.
White, almost blonde.
Male or female?
Female. That's weird. Like you said, that's weird. If, this time of year for a female to be alone, but they're starting to pair up right now. But shoot, man, that is a pretty dog.
It is real pretty.
And it's early in the morning, and we got plenty of time to go get some more.
Come on.
Let's do it.
This segment of Predator Pursuit is brought to you by nighthuntingdepot.com, your one-stop shop for all your night hunting needs.
Now this next stand, if you're looking for the definition of a perfect setup, I think this has to be it. We were able to drive into the area undetected. We were able to sneak in over the hill. We had a perfect backdrop behind us. The sun was at our back. The wind was at our face. Everything was in our favor. I knew it was going to be a good spot.
Okay, so what we have here is we have this big berm on the north side of this creek, and it'll keep us from being silhouetted. It's a great spot for a cat or a dog. Let's see if we can call one up. Just like he was supposed to do.
Nice job, dude. Whew. That was awesome. Man, I didn't pick him up till he was, I don't know, 100 yards. I guess you shot him 60 yards from me.
Yeah, he's 60 yards. I had him about 300 out there, working his way downwind, and then he worked his way straight up this tree line towards us. Kept checking up a little bit, looking back over this way. Something had his attention, a farmer or cattle or something. But then he would check, look that way, and then he'd come on in about 10, 15 seconds, same thing.
That was
Really
good.
got to about right there.
I ain't gonna lie, I was sitting up here hoping for a bobcat, but I'll take a coyote any day of the week.
Oh, definitely. So let's go get him.
Good job, buddy. Shoot, I bet he isn't 20, 25 yards from the Fox Pro.
He wanted some of that jacket back.
I bet he'd come on in. I'm glad you didn't let him though. Got a little spot of mange on its back here.
Yeah, like I said,
Big male.
it
Oh man, that's a real big male. Bubba. Good job.
Golly.
That's heavy coyote. Good job, man.
It's big.
That's bigger than most of our Texas coyotes, isn't it?
Even with the mange a lot furrier too.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. Good job, man. Now we got to trek him back up this hill to the truck.
I think you have to.
No, you shot him. Let's go. Well, I want to take a minute and talk to you about why we chose this setup and why we were successful. One of the things I'm really looking for whenever I'm trying to pick a setup, I'm really careful about not driving through the area I want to call. I want to do everything possible to be quiet, sneaky. I don't want these coyotes to know that I'm anywhere in the world. You know, nothing different about their daily routine. They're just going to be in there mousing around, hunting. They have no idea that I'm anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and also whenever you come into a stand location, when it gets lighter in the morning, you need to make sure you have a backdrop so they don't silhouette you.
Yeah, this creek had the perfect setup. I mean, we got in here quiet. We had a great backdrop up here on this hill, and this coyote had no idea we were anywhere around. So when you're looking for a setup, try your best to be quiet getting in there. Don't drive through the area, and try to find a backdrop. I guarantee it's going to help you be more successful. Hey guys, thanks for watching this week's episode of Predator Pursuit. Be sure and go to the Facebook page, Predator Pursuit with Jeff Thomason. Give us a like. We're going to be giving away a ton of free gear. And be sure and tune in next week. We're headed to Utah chasing gray fox. What'd you hear, man?
Fresh scat.
Yes, sir. Cottontail.
We got that call.
We do.
I think he's just wearing that anyway.
It's supposed to be windy today. I'm prepared.
Miss on purpose. Go ahead and miss right now.
Oh,
Let's do
God.
this.